Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures,
the podcast that fuels your passion for obstacle course racing, running, and adventure.
Since 2017, we have released weekly episodes for the seasoned pros,
weekend warriors, and everything in between.
We discuss the industry news, travel for live coverage,
and interview athletes and key voices in the athletic community.
We cover it all, from fundraising events, personal trials,
to world records, FKTs, and world championships.
Standing on the corner.
Now let's get started with your hosts.
Lost all my clothes.
Michael Stefano and Katelyn Ritter.
Hey guys, it's Michael Stefano.
And Katelyn Ritter. And Michael, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was great. Exhausting. We're back from Colorado.
Yeah, we are.
So that was a lot. It was a lot of fun, but we definitely hit the ground running. And well, we thought we did last time, and this time we were there for like a couple
5 days.
5 days, yeah. So went out for a concert, did Pikes Peak, did this, did that, like a whole bunch of things.
Went to Colorado Springs.
Yep.
Spent some time in Denver, ate the best ice cream.
Pretty good. Pretty like a salted Oreo, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we went to like a murder-themed cafe. We did that.
Scream and
Sugar.
Yes.
I actually just texted Pat and told him to bring his wife.
Oh, I
there.
love that.
Yeah. Got to see friends from college. It was an awesome time, but exhausted because that was immediately after New York City, which was not too long after San Francisco, which is before UK and France. So busy. Let's go shout out to our sponsors.
Shout out Mudgear. Use code ADVENTURE for 15% off your next Mudgear purchase. And Caterpie. Use code OCRReport20 for 20% off your next Caterpie purchase.
Perfect. We're going to shout out the $3+ Patreon supporters. Sorry, the $5+ Patreon supporters.
Jason Dupree, Samantha Thompson, Bradley Keel, Charlotte Engelman, Aaron Grindstaff, Lauren Stephen Ritter, Hank and Arlene Stefano, Cheryl Miller, Jessica Johnson, Christopher Hoover, Kevin Gregory Jr., Brent George, Logan Nagel, Seth Renderknecht, Steve Bacon, Robert Landman, and Jules Estes.
Yes, thank you guys so much for the support. And to the OCR Report for having a great home for us on the internet.
And
even though they got rid of the goddamn search button on the website, which makes my job so much harder.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it said it's a World Service Matter banner, but it's blocking the search bar, so I can't really use the website now.
Oh, geez. And to Will Hicks.
The Podfather, check it out over at theocrreport.com. We're looking forward to seeing them in the UK after we have recovered from this trip.
And our sponsored athletes.
Javier Escobar, Kelly Sullivan, Ryan Berzolara, Joshua Reed, and Kevin Gregory.
Yes.
I've been thinking about ways to shake this up, but I haven't talked to you about it yet. Poll results. I'm going to skip. I don't think we did a poll. Meme of the week will skip. Badass of the week. Do you have any of those?
I do have a badass of the week.
Perfect.
Our badass of the week is her TikTok handle is Lainey Bones, Laini, and then Bones. And her entire TikTok post or content is dedicated to her taking over men's Strava crowns on bike.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Wait, they did it on bikes too?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's amazing.
Nice.
So that is her ultimate goal. And she calls the guys out. It's fantastic.
Very cool. Make sure you send me that so I can add that to the links, which I haven't been able to do yet. So we'll be doing that moving forward in the show notes if anyone looks at those. Which, in the show notes, has quick news, starting with some unfortunate news about Mark Macy, posted by his son, Travis.
Travis posted, Mark Macy, November 11th, 1953 to June 8th, 2026. Mace lived a full and influential life as a grandfather, father, husband, brother, friend, attorney, and endurance athlete. In lieu of condolences, donations honoring Mace and his Alzheimer's bereavement may be made to the Mind What Matters Alzheimer's Caregiver Relief Fund.
What word did you try to read? Brethren.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know who he was, it was, 6+ years ago. It aired 6 years ago. But Eco Challenge, he was on one of the teams, and he talked about how he was going to be on the verge of dealing with Alzheimer's. Was that what it was?
He was dealing with Alzheimer's at the beginning.
Yeah.
He could be the badass of the week.
Yeah, next up, exciting news from Chris Rogloski.
She posted, "This one means a lot to me. I grew up in a culture where college, especially for women, wasn't encouraged. It was strongly questioned and even scoffed at. The expectation was simple: become a wife, raise children, and anything beyond that was often viewed as unnecessary. I've known there are other options, but it was made very inaccessible and seemed pretty unachievable to me with no support or opportunity. So for me, this degree represents more than finishing school. It represents growth, independence, and courage it's taken to build a life beyond what my own values rather than expectations I was handed.
Nice. Congratulations to her.
That's awesome.
We're proud of her. She's pretty awesome. In this way now, too. What can't she do?
Right? Lauren Weeks posted, "Why not you? A simple question that allows me to continue to push my boundaries, believing that no matter the odds, it is possible. Let's choose the work when no one is watching, refuse to break no matter how hard it gets, hold on to dreams until they become reality. And today, one more dream becomes real. I'm officially a part of the Nike training family.
Nice.
I promise to always leave everything out there. I'm nowhere near done."
Yeah. Well done. She definitely deserves it, especially being one of Hyrox's top athletes. And then a shout out to Calypso Sheridan, who also posted, officially a Nike athlete. So it looked like she got a deal as well. Very good Australian obstacle course racer. And I believe last we have kind of confusing news. I don't fully understand it about LSKD. Their head of content, Matt Kirby, published on social media the other day saying that we were recently told that we can no longer share contents of our athletes competing at Hyrox events. So Hybrid Fitness Media reached out to Matt, who shared communication with them, from the Hyrox Hong Kong office that stated, "Given pressure from the exclusive partner, I need you to remove the Hyrox photos from your page as we discussed. This situation raises questions about where the line is between sponsor exclusivity and athlete promotion," which, as he continues, the timing is notable as Nike, Adidas, On, and other brands continue signing Hyrox athletes. Several apparel and footwear brands will have significant presence at this year's Hyrox World Championships in Stockholm, which is coming up, I think, next weekend. And it's really interesting. Spartan had to go through this growing pain as well, but limiting photos does not seem like a great idea. And then 5 secret links down below. Go and check those out, but let's get to what this episode is all about.
It's all about Mike and his Hyrox experience.
And Katelyn's prep for World Surface Motor. So no real
time
interview for that for this week again. But we were in Colorado and we were busy. And the interview had to be postponed again because we were in Colorado and we were busy. And the time zone barrier was brutal. So let's get to Hyrox first.
Okay, Mikey, name and where you're from.
Yep, Michael Stefano, Taunton, Massachusetts.
What first attracted you to Hyrox?
It's been around for a while, and I know it's like the cousin to OCR in a way. Definitely far more successful than Spartan was, and I think ever will be. And I just figured it was time to try it out, but ultimately it was because Joe Rucco reached out and said, "Hey, want to do doubles?" And he was able to get tickets, which are basically impossible. Then eventually I paid him back once I forgot that I didn't pay him back initially. So ultimately, Joe Rucco.
Perfect. And how did your first Hyrox race go compared to how you expected it would go?
Joe helped out a lot more than expected. My goal was to do half of it. And he's like while we're running and even before we started, he's like, "Hey, just a heads up. When I do Hyroxes with people, it's not usually 50-50. I'm like, "Oh, that's fine." He's like, "So don't feel bad if you don't do 50%. I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." And then we get to like farmers carries and this and that. He's like, "All right, just for, I think it's like the burpees." He's like, "When I do it with Kelly Sullivan, she usually does like 7 burpees. I'm like, "Oh, that makes me feel better." So I did less than half in most stations. So yeah, that was definitely unexpected.
What surprised you most about the event?
The fact that it was outside. So I actually made a list of things I didn't realize. The rock zone is so much bigger than I had initially thought. I know it's a joke about Hyrox's standardization, which is that it is not standardized, especially in New York City. But the rock zone is pretty massive. I didn't realize that I was supposed to follow Joe Rucco on these sled pushes and pulls. Sam gave me a little yell and said, "Hey, follow him." I also got yelled at by a judge because I need to stay directly behind the athlete during like the ski erg. And I need to stay on the Hyrox double mats. I didn't realize that. And again, New York City is outside. That was crazy. And then the sleds are also easier to push than expected to. I know that it all depended on the surface, and they've kind of worked to standardize that over time. But I remember hearing like Corinna Coffin wasn't able to like push the sled at all, and that scared the hell out of me. But also the fact that they had a pre-race and post-race area. So the pre-race area had a bit of all the stations that you could practice on, so you could get a good handle on like, what do the lunges feel like? How do you transition with the sandbags? Because if you drop the sandbags twice, you're disqualified. So that was kind of scary. But also like ski ergs, like what's your strategy for this? Definitely the sleds, which we tested out. So we had a lot of time to fool around with that. I also didn't realize that if you go to check in early, you cannot. They won't let you take your bib and go to the main venue. So they're like, oh, go get a spectator pass. And I'm like, no, those have been sold out for months. So that kind of sucked. So I just kind of hung out, did a bunch of interviews at the bib pickup place, which was separate than the pier. It was kind of in front of it. So I did interviews, and eventually I acquired a spectator pass, and I was able to go and do more coverage there. Also, the production value, everyone talks about that. It was incredible. The start line was probably one of like the coolest pump-up start lines I've ever done, which was interesting. I wasn't really expecting that.
Tell me more about that.
It was like so there's like the MC doing his thing, like a typical race, and then the countdown. As that's flashing down, you see like a really cool like video monitor playing like all these other elite athletes doing their thing, and just really cool. And at the countdown, like 3, 2, 1, and then you go. That was cool. I also appreciated that they had sprinklers because again, it was outside and it was hot. I think that's all the novelty things about it.
Perfect. When you decided to do your Hyrox double with Joe, how did you adjust your training?
Okay, so I definitely focused on my weaknesses in Deca that also kind of carried over to Hyrox. So one of my least favorite stations in Deca is the farmer's carries. So I farmer carried the crap out of dumbbells. I did the conversion of kilometers? Nope.
Kilometers?
Kilograms to pounds, and I saw that it was like 53 pounds for the farmer's carry, so I was practicing with 55-pound dumbbells, and I did that very frequently. I also had no concept of wall balls, or like the weight of the wall balls, which wasn't very heavy. Also, I just absolutely fell in love with a row machine. Like, I'm also tempted to buy one of those because they're so fun. So I would do workouts where, ideally, if I had more time, which I didn't often, ideally I would do the Stairmaster for 10 minutes, then I would do the ski erg for 500 meters, and then I would run 2 miles on the treadmill, and then I would do 10 sets of farmer's carries with the 55-pound dumbbells in each hand, and then I would end with wall balls. And I did this at our Planet Fitness. I did this at the gym in San Francisco. I did this everywhere that I went. So I definitely stuck to that, but I did not work on lunges and burpees, which I knew would be my worst stations.
So which station was your favorite?
The row was great. The ski erg took a little bit more than I thought. We switched over. I was like, oh, just 500, that'd be fine. And he's like, I split it up this way with my athletes, and that was good because I did it that way. I was really nervous about my back giving out, and that's like a weird motion because I tweaked my back right before we started, which was terrifying. But my back held up well, so I enjoyed that station.
Did you yell, "Get out of my swamp"?
No, I didn't. I was so nervous about all the other stuff to come, but the row machine was great. What else did I enjoy for stations? I think I did well with the farmer's carries. Joe was jogging with them, so I had to like jog to keep up. I walked him, but I think he was impressed with like how much of those I did. Everyone says like work on your running, and I was not fast, but he's like, oh, you can walk whenever you want to, and I did not walk. But just the ski erg and the rowing, I think were two of my favorites as expected.
Which station was your least favorite?
Oh yeah, burpees first and foremost. Those sucked. I did very few of those.
Can you explain for people who don't know Hyrox burpees what they look like?
So the burpee broad jumps, what you have to do is do a broad jump. So jump out as far as you can, and then put your hands where your feet were. Kick out your feet, do a burpee, and repeat. And there's like these little lines. We're next to a human cloud, which is what I call the people that are just like so jacked that they just look like
you
call
clouds. Them human clouds?
Human clouds. Yeah, I don't remember where I got that from, but I got it from somewhere. And he would jump like 5 lines. I don't know what that is in distance. And Joe and I were going like 3. I was jumping pretty far, mainly because I didn't want to do more burpees than I needed to. So that was brutal. And then also the sandbag lunges too. I'm not good with lunges. Nothing beats me up more than lunges, and I should have practiced those more. So I don't know. I did maybe 12 lunges of those. But it was cool, like being able to communicate, and in the practice area, we were able to practice like how we were going to transition the bags. And he usually goes for like a back-to-back approach, and that worked out well.
Can you walk us through what your race day routine looked like?
Yeah, not good. So it all started with, I think I might even have the times pulled up. This is the time to talk about it. Not this one. That was my time for that. This one? Yeah. So 7:30, I woke up. 8:30, we left for Providence for a random street where the bus was. 9:30, the bus left Providence and arrived in New York City at 1:30 was the plan. I think it didn't get there until like 2. And my Hyrox wave did not start until 6:40. But if you listen to last episode, I repeatedly say 6:20. I don't know why. And there was like got to stop at a rest stop. And it was fun being there because I've stopped at that rest stop like shit tons of times.
Which rest stop was it?
I want to say it's like the Bradford one in Connecticut. Okay. And so I grabbed some like Skittles and like a hydration drink and all that stuff. Yeah, so many Skittles. And then, so then we got to New York City, and then I saw how it was like $30 to Uber to the venue, but it was only like a mile. So I said, screw that. And I walked with my admittedly heavy backpack, did a whole bunch of interviews in the hot sun. And then, so I did my race at 6:40, finished around, I want to say around 8 o'clock. Yeah, that would make sense. And then my train didn't leave until 9:05. So I kind of spent some time talking to AJ Golick, Sam, was it Rayos?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is he related to the pasta sauce people?
I don't believe so, but I guess you can feel free to ask him.
I will ask him if I see him in person.
Also, I should point out, as his face was looking at me, because I have the socks, Matt B. Davis was there with Matt Kemp. They were keen on racing. Well, at least Matt B. Davis wanted to race us. And I guess they didn't beat us by that much, which is fine.
And they got a penalty.
And then they got a penalty for not pushing the sleds enough, because the sleds had to be pushed more often than usual. And then, so they finished. I took an Uber to the train station, which probably would have been quicker to walk in hindsight because traffic was still bad at that time. And then my train was supposed to arrive in Providence at 12:30. It didn't get there until 1. And then I Ubered home from there and eventually fell asleep around like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30. So that was brutal Sunday. Did not recommend. Just like so many interviews out in the heat.
Perfect. What was your favorite moment during Hyrox?
Favorite moment? Does finishing count?
Yeah.
Finishing was nice.
Tell us how the last station went.
I got a lot of no reps for the wall balls.
I saw that in the videos.
For either not squatting low enough, or for just fucking missing the target because not something I'm used to. When I practiced with wall balls, it was basically just squats with a ball and I would like gently throw it up because at the gyms that I went to, I wasn't allowed to throw it at the wall. Go figure. Even though they're not very heavy. So
I think it's more like noise pollution to the neighbors.
Yeah, also you're throwing like even if it's like 10 pounds, a 10-pound ball against a wall, like
that's true.
Not great. And with enough force that it has to bounce back. So yeah, I get that.
So you did the wall ball station. What did Joe have you do?
Yeah, I did. He basically told me like pop in whenever I was ready for some of those stations. So I popped in for 10 at a time. I remember one of the ones I took, it was at 69, and I chuckled, like, nice. So I got to 79.
Did you chuckle at 6-7?
No, I did not. Also, another thing, too, like, where you're supposed to stand in Hyrox doubles is, like, under the counter. So you can't see it, which is kind of frustrating.
So Joe didn't see all your no reps?
I think he was, like, peeking over to see what was taking me so long, because he was probably counting without realizing how many I was missing. Which is fine. And then he told me, like, hey, you're going to do the last 5. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And then you finish, you go up the ramp. This is a good moment. Oh, no, favorite moment, I think, is when he gave me the underdog jersey.
Oh.
After. Which is probably great, too, because it was, like, sweat all the way through. And then I proceeded to talk to them about, like, where they got this jersey. And I didn't recognize the logo at first, but now it totally makes sense. It's Hyperthreads.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. It was the same brand that Ryland Shadig used. It was like a major sponsor for him. You know how good he always looked at his races. So they went through that company, which I think is awesome.
I love that.
So yeah, I gave him a headband. He gave me a jersey. Not equal in value, but it felt like I was kind of like accepted into the underdog fitness community. Not that I was like not before, but I was definitely the underdog that weekend, but that's for damn sure.
Yeah, you were. How did the mental challenges of Hyrox compare to obstacle course racing?
Well, the option of failure wasn't really there. So that's something that I enjoyed more. Whereas, like, I can't remember the last time I cared about, like, obstacle completion. That's not something that I've been into, especially as I've gained weight and I don't have time to train for that stuff. Because as you get heavier, your grip has to get better. And my grip was never that great. So all the stations were doable, and you got to share and they trade off, so that made it more interesting.
Did you channel your inner Kazooie?
Yeah, I just kept trotting along. And yeah, I guess it was just very different. I definitely enjoyed it more than OCR.
If you were struggling, what was your mantra, or like what were you thinking of? I know World's Toughest Mudder, it was always, I didn't come for an easy race.
Yeah, I don't think I really had a mantra. I just talked to Joe a lot.
You're like, don't disappoint Joe.
Yeah, I was up there too. I remember telling him like, all right, this is a good pace. And then we're going faster the whole time. And I'm like, can we ease off a little bit? So that was a little embarrassing, I guess. But communication was like everything, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, definitely no mantras. I felt fine. Not fine. I was riding a line pretty well. I was watching my heart rate. I wasn't watching the time because I know I'd probably stress myself out of like how close am I to like missing the train. But
you had
my heart rate was around like 170 to 180. And when it touched like 180, I'm like, okay, I got to pull back a little bit. I don't even remember the question anymore. Any mantras? Yeah, no mantras. But I talked to Joe about like everything.
WWJD.
Sure.
Do you know what that means?
What would Joe do?
Yep. For OCR athletes who are considering Hyrox, what would you tell them?
Start off with the doubles. If you're not a strong person like me, start off with the doubles. It's a great way to experience it, and like the camaraderie that you have with the other person's pretty cool. Also, like link up with the gym because most of the underdogs were gone by the time I was there, which is totally fair. Kelly reached out to me later, like, so sorry I missed it. I had work. It's like, yeah, I get it. I was like one of the last waves of the 10-day event, not the 11-day event.
Oh my gosh, speaking of people you missed, who did you miss at Hyrox that you just saw in Colorado?
Chris Mendoza.
You didn't see him at Hyrox, but you saw him at
Colorado Red Rocks. That's funny. Yeah, I missed a crap ton of people that I
don't
would have recognized.
start naming people.
So yeah, exactly. So so it was just kind of Sam and AJ that were there, but it was nice. Like they didn't have to be there. I'm sure they were also there for Joe too, but it was like really nice. They took a whole bunch of pictures and videos, which I definitely need to get around to posting. And then, damn it, Joe beat me to it in buying the Hyrox photos because it's Sportograph, so you have to like pay for those. And I figured like the least I can do is like pay for those. But he beat me to it, and so I have access to all those photos too. Awesome. They put in like a drop.
Those photos are insane.
Yeah. I think who did I talk to? Grant Thompson said like make sure you like smile and look pretty for the photos, and I'm like no, I'm gonna look tough.
I would be smiling in all of them.
And I don't know, and then most of them. There was some that I'm the big fat frumpy guy behind Joe, but it was fun.
Say something kind to yourself.
I did a Hyrox. The patch also isn't that bad too. That's another thing.
The patch is pretty cool.
Yeah, for a patch.
What skills would you say transfer well from OCR to Hyrox?
Grip strength. Grip strength would be really good for the farmers carriers. Just overall running fitness is good. I didn't compromised running is a massive part too. Like, sure, you can run, but can you run after pushing a sled? Can you run after doing a crap ton of burpees? Can you run after this, after that? I lied. I technically did walk every lap, every time I got water.
There's water stations?
Yeah, in the Rock Zone. And then one time I had Red Bull, which admittedly wasn't very great. And another time I had something pink. I don't remember what that was, but that wasn't too bad.
And then why do you think the Hyrox community is growing so quickly? Yeah,
it's pretty accessible. Not the events themselves. Those are pretty inaccessible in terms of getting a ticket, but just the fitness stations. Like you can do burpees anywhere. You can do lunges anywhere. Sleds, not so much. Ski ergs, not so much. But most of the stations you can do those. It's a really big event. Like when it comes to your area, it's massive, especially in New York when it was like one of the biggest event long days, weeks that they've ever had. And it's just taking the world by storm. I'm really impressed with how well it's been implemented here in the States because it's a German company. So it's big overseas there. But I don't know. I think it's really cool. A lot of the women that I talked to were just like, yeah, we had friends that did it. And I just wanted to try it out. And I just think it has like greater staying power too. Because I think a lot of people like to compare their times to previous events. And while Hyrox New York is a terrible example of that because it's outside. Typically, when you get your time, that's kind of what you're trying to beat. They try to standardize the courses. I don't think they do very good in that because it's going to be pretty tricky. But I think the standardization goes a long way, which is not something that I would want in OCR because the most interesting part of OCR for me is like the adventure piece, and Hyrox doesn't really offer that.
Why do you think there's like a Hyrox community?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you think it's similar to the OCR community?
Yes and no. I mean, it's a different kind of camaraderie, right? Like you help each other if you're doing doubles, but if you're not doing doubles, you just like cheer each other on and everything. So, celebrating fitness, celebrating all body types, I think is really cool. I saw people in wheelchairs. I saw people that were much bigger than me. I saw people that were pretty short, which I'm sure is a factor for the burpees. And so it's cool to see like all sorts of body types and just that many people going through it. Pretty big experience to them. And everyone that I talked to that did it their first time said that they plan to take on the event again.
That's awesome. What advice would you give someone who is thinking about signing up for their first Hyrox or attempting to sign up for their first Hyrox?
Yeah, practice all the stations. Don't neglect ones that you really don't like I did. That's not great. And again, do doubles. Do doubles to ease your way into it. Eventually build yourself out to do solo. And I think because I was very nervous, obviously, going into it, Dave gave me some pretty solid advice too, because I don't run OCR for times. I think I've done that exactly once, as in like placement time. And yeah, just kind of go into it and like look forward to an adventure, because that's all it is. It's just a kind of like adventurous, like, all right, just gonna go as slow as the slowest person. And if you're doing it solo, just kind of pace yourself. Don't go too crazy at the beginning.
Do you think running with Joe added some pressure to you?
Yes,
not
and no.
Joe pressuring
it kept me
you,
accountable.
But you feeling pressured.
Yeah, it kept me accountable. But I also, if I was paired to someone who wasn't very good at stations, I would have had to do more. That would have been tough. I'm happy with how much that I pushed, and I explained to him that I think it was, I messed up the number, and I'm like, oh crap, what comes before the certain station? And he's like, oh, there's only 2 more stations. I'm like, oh, so that felt good. Because there's only 8 stations compared to Deca's 10, which I was very grateful for.
Which makes sense, because Deca means 10.
Exactly. But my calf started like cramping a little bit on like some of the last runs. And then my calves didn't get better until the day after Red Rocks, which was tough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they felt like they were constantly about to explode. So recovery from that was slow. But out of everything, like my upper chest was sore, but my calves were like everything. Oh, and my like, not my glutes, but like under my glutes was pretty sore.
What is your goal for your next Hyrox?
You said you want to do it.
I do want to do it.
So I'd have to work my way up to do much more of the event, because you would need probably the amount of support that I needed. Right. So I would need to be the Joe.
I can lift heavy though. Like I could do the farmer's carries.
Yeah.
And that's the extent of my resume.
It's just as far, like the farmer's carries, we had to do 2 laps of like whatever you saw. So like that was a lot. But you can kind of divide it however you see fit. And just my goal was to just not go to, like, I was constantly moving. Whenever I took the station, I was moving. Slow, but I was moving. So yeah, my next goal is to be good enough that I could be what Joe was to me for you.
You want to be the Sherpa?
I want to be the Sherpa. I want to be the Hyrox Sherpa.
If you could remove one station from Hyrox forever, which one would it be?
Well, that's not fair, because if I don't like it, that just means I have to work on it harder. It would have to be the burpees. I didn't like that. I was really bad at the burpees. Those were rough. Also,
the burpees, you have to go line to line.
No, you jump as far as you can.
Oh, okay, the lines are just...
Yeah, which is why there's a benefit to jumping super far. I think I would change the rule of if you drop the sandbag twice, you're disqualified, because I saw it at first like, oh, like you're blocking a lane. You wouldn't want to do that. That's like a strategic thing. But like if I was doing it solo and I needed to put the sandbag down twice, like I would be disqualified. That fucking blows.
Oh, when you say drop, I thought you meant like... You know how you
can't hit the ground.
Oh, I thought you meant like slam.
But for the dumbbells, sorry, the kettlebells that you carry, yeah, for the farmer's carry, no such rule for that. But I would assume it's very similar. So I would absolutely change that rule. There might be an underlying reason why, and I'm sure Dave will correct me. But that's one of the biggest things I would change immediately.
If you could race with any athlete in the world as your doubles partner, one male, one female, who would it be?
You mean other than Joe?
Other than Joe.
Because I told him, and it wasn't a lie, like, I don't think there's anyone else that I would have wanted to race with. He was perfect.
That's so sweet.
He was kind. He was someone to talk to. He was patient, but super, super informative. And he wasn't, like, looking down on me. And when we finished, he's like, hey, I enjoyed the race. And, like, that meant the world to me.
He's just so kind.
Yeah. So, I feel limited to the people that are in underdog, because why wouldn't I want to race with any of them? Women have to go Kelly Sullivan. I mean,
Kelly would kick your butt.
I know, and she's awesome. But the thing is, like, I need to get in a better position, because like that's one of the goals I would love to have too, is get to a point where like I could trade off with like Kelly, with with Sam, with Logan, like any of these athletes, and just like pop in for a deca and like do multiple decas in a day and like team up with, like, that's the cool, that's, you don't get to bond better than that. So that'd be pretty awesome. So other than Joe, it's tough because I'd have to find someone that like complements my weaknesses, which are many. They are legion. I don't know anyone that I wouldn't want to run it with. It'd be cool to run it with AJ. It'd be cool to run it with Sam.
Are there any like regular folk, like if you could bring like 2 friends and they did Hyrox?
Oh, if I could pick one of my friends, who would I do it with?
Yeah, like since you can't
Phil.
name... I love Phil.
Phil. More than that, probably CJ.
Yeah.
And I think those are the only 2 that I could... Maybe Danny. Danny would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy because so many people I went to high school with did this Hyrox.
Oh, and if the 0.01% chance that my supervisor's listening, I'd like to do it with Morgan too. Because she's like, we should do a Hyrox together. And I'm like, yeah, tickets are impossible. There's this thing called DECA. So I might be doing DECA with her.
So if you get Hyrox double tickets, are you bringing Morgan or are you bringing me?
I have to bring you.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank God.
And same with DECA too. So like ideally, I could probably do like, it'd be cool to do like a DECA with you and then a DECA with her. But we also like we joked half jokingly that we want to race. Actually, not joking at all. If he's free, me and Dave versus you and Rye.
No, it's me and Dave.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's the Pizza Snobs versus. Do you guys have a team name?
I don't know. The last time Rye saw me, I was kind of giving up at OCRWC, so I don't know if she has the highest opinion.
No.
Yeah,
which is
she's like,
you're
giving up already.
I don't know why.
That might have been Bethany.
Dave thinks that it would be so fun. I don't know what he knows about like my athleticism, but like Dave, it's not good.
That's the thing. Like it doesn't have to be. Like that's the cool thing about like DECA, and I mean Hyrox is a lot harder, but like DECA, anyone can kind of do it.
That's fair.
I don't know if I answered that, but yeah.
My last question is: what is something about Hyrox that people who like haven't experienced it yet might not understand?
Just how big it is. Like you get I listen. The only hybrid podcast I listen to is OFX. I've listened to all your episodes, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
And I listened to one episode of Hybrid Fitness Media because Joe gave me a quick shout out, and so did Matt. So I appreciated that. That was very kind.
Did you see you were in their Instagram post too?
Whose?
People were asking Hybrid Media Fitness or Media Hybrid. What's it called?
Close enough.
Things that they like love about that being their job, and he said seeing friends that he's like had for over the last 10 years, and you were the picture.
Oh.
Wait,
I hope I saw something and I think I reposted it, but and also I did shout it out enough, but it was awesome seeing Mappy Davis again. It's been such a long time, and I remember the last time I saw him was World's Toughest Mudder, and we had this exact conversation of like, I do not know when I'm ever going to see you again, like in my life, and we talked about how it's like, well, how do you feel about wall balls and this and that, and I think it's funny that it came full circle of like, that's how I got to see him.
I like when the circle closes.
Lost place of the question. I'm half an energy drink in it.
That was my last question. Any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Underdog Fitness. Shout out to them. As if I don't shout them out enough, was massive.
Okay, let's close the podcast.
Nope.
No, I don't want to do this.
Too bad. It's gotta stay interesting. It's only like a half hour.
No, this is plenty long.
It's not plenty long.
The people don't want to hear.
That's why we started working on the show notes. So, Katelyn, I listened to our very sleep-deprived episode from last year, where we discussed pre-World's Toughest Mudder thoughts, and I figured I'll ask the same questions that I asked last year. Now, the question is, do you want to hear how you responded last year at the very end, or immediately after you answer?
I guess immediately.
Because I don't want you to guess what you had said last year. I want you to focus on how you're feeling this year.
Immediately after.
Yeah, I got like 1 hour sleep and 30 hours for this episode, so it was fun to kind of listen back and hear that.
You know, I still haven't listened to any of that.
I know, you probably should. So what made you want to take on World's Toughest Mudder? And I'll add the word again.
Because I very stupidly woke up last year after doing World's Toughest Mudder and
the morning after.
The morning after, saying, "You think I could go for 50?"
I said, absolutely.
And now here we are.
Yeah. And last year you answered. Do you want to guess what you answered last year?
I like impulsively signed up last year.
Kind of. You said that you watched the live stream and you were just so motivated by the Will and Fran going at it. You also wanted to beat Alex's distance.
Yes, anything to make a man look bad.
Sure.
Just kidding, Alex.
What are your A, B, and C goals this year?
24 hours, 40 miles. I don't really know how these rankings go.
You didn't know last year either, so let's get into that.
A goal, 24 hours.
Okay.
Or is that the seagull?
I would say that's a seagull.
Okay. Beagle, 40 miles.
Okay, please stop raising your hand in that that motion. Very German.
Wait, beagle sounds like a dog. And then seagull, like, no, eagle.
Focus on it. Dodging the question, Your Honor.
Eagle. 50 miles? 45 miles?
50 miles.
50 miles.
You need to go. The whole point is to go for 50 miles. That's why you're doing this.
50 miles.
So last year you said eagle 24 hours, beagle 35 miles, and seagull 45 miles. It said ranked backwards initially. So that was funny. What was the last time you did an OCR?
Was it World's Toughest Mudder? No, we did a Spartan sprint after.
So Spartan sprint and then sprint and then World's Toughest Mudder, right? Yep. And last time you answered, again, that regional Spartan sprint, Gaylord Gauntlet, and before that, you couldn't tell me. What is your history with Tough Mudder?
I got my 3-time headband last year after I did World's Toughest Mudder.
That makes sense.
And I've run 1 World's Toughest Mudder.
Yeah. Last time your answer was you've run 2 Tough Mudders, and then you proceeded to talk about it was Gunstock Mountain, where I abandoned you for my second lap after I did the tougher.
Oh yeah, I did that all by myself.
I've run with a dude with pneumonia.
Yes.
What is your history with World's Toughest Mudder?
I pit crewed for you for 2 years. I've run it 1 year. And I have obsessively watched the live stream previous years.
I think you sold it a lot better last time. You said in 2018...
Oh, wait, let me try. No. In 2018, I helped you get 50 miles. Mm-hmm. In 2019, I helped you get 55 miles. But more importantly, I helped get Javier Escobar 100 miles.
That's almost word for word how you did it.
And then last year I ran it and I got 40 miles.
Good. And then you also added last time. But you also pitted at Toughest East, which I forgot about.
Oh, yeah, and I picked out... I can't remember if he only wanted to eat the blue M&Ms or he didn't want the blue M&Ms.
For Joshua Reed?
Yeah, I don't remember. Which is
quick
weird.
Shout out. I reached out to him to see if he'd be in the area, but he's in Tarango.
Okay.
Colorado.
Which is weird because you'd think it would be the red ones with the R40.
Yeah. All right. Now this is what I'm most interested in. What have you been doing to train?
I've fallen off the train a little bit.
Yeah.
The training train.
Uh-huh.
But I am still working with a coach. I've spent a lot of time on my feet.
Okay.
And I've added upper body workouts into the rotation, and we're just going to see how this goes.
Okay. Last time you said you have a coach. Majority has been time on feet and mileage with only some upper body, which you were appropriately worried about.
And I cried over it.
And you just kind of said that, those become obstacles that you fail, at least before the race. But
yep, and then I cried about those obstacles.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it being in England? And I'll add the word again.
I'm going to bring my own food this time.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that, I hope it's not like 90 degrees, but it looks like it's going to be like 90 degrees.
Again, what the holy hell, England? What's going on over there?
So I'm going to make sure I hydrate and let's just have a good time.
Do you want to guess what you said last year?
Was it the food again?
Food comes later.
No. Okay. What did I say?
You said excited. There are dogs on the course, even though you can't pet them. There's some elevation. It says Pepper by becoming segment hero. Oh, what did I write? What was I supposed to be? I wrote Pepper, apparently, or autocorrected it. Pepper prepared by becoming segment hero. So I think like you were doing so many laps.
Oh, yeah.
And you became a segment hero, which was pretty cool.
I forgot about that.
And you keep using the word excited. What are you most excited about?
What am I most excited about?
Yeah.
It being over.
Okay.
I have a lot of anxiety this year, I think, because I like...
More than last year.
Yes.
Which is interesting. I think I find the same thing, too, because like now you know how rough it's going to be.
Right, and what if I go out there and I don't even hit 40 miles? That's going to be so embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I know they say you can't compare courses.
True. But like, don't settle for 40. What are you doing? You said the people, but this was last year, the people, the community, and I love that you said this, the salty chicken broth. Because you loved how much it tasted in training and how important that was.
I know. And then what happened when we got the chicken broth in the UK?
They did not have...
It was not salty.
No.
And there was freaking corn in the chicken noodle soup.
Very bizarre. I thought we were the ones that added like random shit in it to like, hey, this will fill you up. Here's corn. Because it's subsidized. That's the whole thing. Who are you most excited to see this year?
Fran.
Okay.
Anne.
Yeah.
Carlo.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Sure.
Will.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. If Will Hicks grabs my face like that at the finish line again, I'm going to lose my mind.
If you took that picture, because I don't think it was Jack Orris, if you took that picture, and you guys know what I'm talking about, that's probably one of the best pictures.
It's a screen. I screenshotted it off somebody's Instagram story.
So good.
So good.
Last year you had said Fran Curando.
I wasn't done.
Okay.
And obviously my Sherpa and Carolyn Clifford.
I think you named her second just now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure she got out there.
You said Fran Curenda because you've had lots of DMs, but you hadn't met Carlo, since there have been many texts and voice messages and you hadn't met him. Jason Dupree, Will Hicks, Jack Norris. And you said, and meet Dustin to discuss spoiler of Star Wars.
Oh, and this time
spoiler upcoming. Do you know what the spoiler is for Star Wars, or somehow you evaded until we got to the Eiffel Tower? Not the Eiffel Tower. The the London Eye of London.
Yeah, that Luke is no. Darth Vader is Luke's dad.
That was the
and
the
I
spoiler.
think Luke and Leia are your brother and sister, and they kiss.
They do. What are you most worried about this year?
Survival. I'm also worried because I'm not going to be acclimated to the UK when we get out there.
True, but like for a 24-hour event, like how acclimated can you be?
Yeah, but I think I'm going to be like arriving Friday. I think it's going to be real tight.
Okay. Last time you said falling apart, legs will be sore, but you're also not mentally tough like I am.
I think I'm a lot more mentally tough than I give myself credit.
Surprised me, yeah. Going to convince others to let you quit was a fear of yours. You've never been shocked before. You need to save time where you can save time. You're not worried about pooping yourself, because why?
I have before.
Because you had recently recovered from the neurovirus. Yeah, good stuff.
Wait, and you want to hear something fun?
What?
I've still never been shocked.
Yeah, I know. Were there any electric obstacles? Oh yeah, there was. But
yeah, but then you just went to the freaking lasers.
Yeah, which did take
easy.
Longer. Yeah.
I was not getting shocked.
Have you trained in your wetsuit?
Not this year.
Do you know where your wetsuit is?
It's in the attic.
Okay. Hopefully it didn't shrink in the heat or whatever. You probably...
I won't need it. It's going to be like 90 degrees.
Bring it. If you're listening, bring it. I don't care if it's going to be 90 degrees the whole time.
I'm going to talk to my witch.
Bring it. Yeah. Last time you had said you had a longie and a shorty, but one didn't show up.
Oh.
And I had to explain to you that a longie doesn't exist. That's just called a wetsuit.
People love that I call it a longie and a shorty.
Are you worried about injury?
I mean, I am 33. I'm not a spring chicken.
No shit.
Is that what I said?
That's exactly what you said last time. We said not a spring chicken. I said there's like 50-year-olds on that course, and they're gonna think like, what the hell?
Did I really say that?
I swear to God, not a spring chicken. It is what it is. Any other? What else?
I guess I just like to script.
And you said hopefully you don't get hurt after your goal. Hopefully, if you do get hurt, it'll be after your goal of 35 miles.
Yeah.
What's your plans for nutrition? And please stop breaking this brush, even though I don't use it.
I've recently confessed to you that I was dumping my electrolytes.
All of her electrolytes, guys. All of them.
Yeah, on purpose. So I'm definitely not going to do that this year because electrolytes are so important.
Yeah.
I've been working with a nutritionist and she's helping me properly fuel.
Shout out Michelle.
Yes. And when you tell me I have to do something, I'm going to do it because last year you told me that if we could do this one of two ways, I could either do it myself or you were going to clog my nose.
Oh yeah, I said that for a couple of like caffeine and Imodium and all that. Last time you said that you learned you loved mashed potatoes, but they need to be made the right way. And you brought a measurement cup.
I did.
In parentheses, glass.
I'm going to do that again.
Hoping they have chicken noodle soup. And you hope that the salt isn't just an American thing, which it was. Their American soup sucks. Their chicken noodle soup sucks. And you wanted to cut up a watermelon, which I don't believe you did.
What?
You said it'd be good for hydration when you're sick of water, which is fair. Tailwind, which by the way, good luck getting ice. I shouldn't even be shouting out this tip, but it's good. It's impossible to get ice. We need ice out there. It's gonna be.
We need frozen water.
We need things. Yes, we do. That is often called ice. You brought cosmic brownies, fruit snacks.
I don't think I ate any of that last year.
But no purple fruit snacks.
No purple.
What are the limits that'll cause you to quit this year?
Hurt. Being severely hurt, medically taken off.
Okay. And
that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And I've already decided that if I get hurt and I can't run, but I can still do things, I'll probably go to what's that thing called?
Everest?
Nope.
Oh, Matterhorn, sorry.
Matterhorn?
Yeah.
Because Anne and I kept getting called sturdy ladies last year, and I think I could help people up.
I wouldn't even put that in your head.
I'm just saying, if I get hurt and I can't.
Yeah, so only if it's a medical person that tells you to stop.
Yeah, the medical people have to be get the F out.
Is now a good time to say that, you quit early last year?
I think I quit.
You had time for an extra lap? And I was told to stop bringing it up if you had time for an extra lap?
I think I was misinformed. I didn't know obstacles were closed.
Gotcha.
And I think if I knew obstacles were closed, I would have kept going. But I was also in my head about being stuck in Block Ness because I got abandoned in Block Ness Monster.
We'll get to Block Ness in a little bit. You said that if you needed medical care and they recommended something more urgent than that, if I told you to quit, No other reasons other than a medical GQ. And again, not afraid of diarrhea or vomiting. They came up a lot. Any mantras?
I can do anything for 180 days, so I can do anything for 24 hours.
Close. Last year you had said, I can do anything for 180 days. I can do anything for 25.5 hours. Oh. So I'm sorry. I think last year you went for 24 because you had an extra hour and a half.
Okay.
You also had another one.
Be a Kazooie?
Nope. It was by Taylor Swift. It's actually a pretty freaking good one. I don't know if you used this one at all, but I had to go back and listen to it to make sure I wrote it right. The sun
will rise again.
Something like that. The sun is going down and you'll be all right. Come morning light, you'll be safe and sound.
Heck yeah.
Which, knowing you, those are probably not the lyrics, but that's what you would say.
I think I might channel some Lord Huron this year.
Okay, yeah. You look like hell and you smell like death. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm hoping I can remember that lyric, and at like 4 a.m. when Chris Mendoza passes me, I can be like, you look like death, and you...
The thing is, you have to like...
get the lyrics right.
Yeah, so sometimes like mantras, if it's worded funnily, it can like lose its funniness, and it's like, oh god, I look like hell and I smell like death. Hopefully it makes you laugh the whole time. What do you want to say about yourself after this event?
Just that I'm proud of myself. You know, they say what's that lyric? It's like the first step is the one you believe in. Last year I like really believed in myself, and this year I feel like I'm just like hoping for the best.
Okay. That you can last time you said I can stick to a training plan. You haven't told a lot of people about London or World Stiffest Mudder. Oh
my gosh, yeah, I hard launched that so hard.
Yeah, have you told your mom about this?
No, so you can't post this yet.
Well, sorry. And you wanted to have a fun fact, not about bragging. Let the magic happen. Be able to tell your future kid that you're a badass. And you also wanted to seek validation from me.
Oh.
What are your final thoughts? It's like, what, 2 weeks away?
2 weeks away.
Wild.
I'm still stressed because I have to maybe do an unethical work thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Which is fine.
And we haven't booked our flights. I have so much anxiety about so many other things right now that this is just like on the back burner.
That's fair. Also, just like last time, I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm going to hold it this time. You said dealing with anxiety dreams last year. Do you remember your anxiety dreams?
Yeah, my kids were on the course, my students.
That was the second one you listed. You said students eloping on the World Stiffest Mudder course, and you had to figure out like whether you're going to continue the course or help the kids. Do you remember the other one?
No.
It involved a very attractive man, Josh Fiore. So you said you're dealing with anxiety dreams, running with Fiore, and Arctic enema was filled with venomous... Oh, so it wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
venomous snakes and not ice, and Josh needed to drag you out.
I do remember that now. Thanks for the nightmare fuel.
You also said if I could unsign myself up, then you would.
If I could unsign myself up this year, I would.
Yeah, you said that you need to bring the calmness of what you had for the morning of our wedding, which I thought was pretty smart. Yeah. And then how did you get signed up this year? I guess we should talk about that real quick. This is going to be a Patreon video. I didn't want to lock too much behind here. But yeah.
You burned the boat.
I burned the boats. So I just registered her and I handed her the computers and I burned the boats. She's like, what does that mean? So she signed up.
Said, we don't have a boat.
Yes, she did say that. So
find a husband who believes in you.
Yep. Also important to note too. So there wasn't much of a lead registering in November to June. This year you said you wanted to do it the day after last year, but you only registered I registered you like a month ago. So what's the difference with that lead up? Because you said that you were training, but I don't think when did you actually start training?
Like March.
Okay.
And then the big thing was just like my last day of school date was
pushed back 2 weeks because of all the snow days.
Pushed back 2 weeks, but we also like last year we were expected to get out like June 10th. Oh. This year, we were only ever expected to get out June 18th, so like it was going to be tight.
Wild.
Yeah. Wild.
Any final thoughts? That's it?
I guess let's do this. How hard could it be? I did it once.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
How hard? And it's only 25 and a half hours.
Right. And I hope you use all of that. Use all of that time.
I also last year misunderstood. I thought if you didn't finish your final lap before that time was over, you like DQ'd the whole race.
There were other people confused about that too, which is tricky. But yeah, I remember I was pushing you. You have to listen to the previous episodes. That's so tricky. But I was pushing you a lot. Your second to last lap. But everyone's like, nope, you have to tell her this is her last lap. Like, you can't break her, this and that. Like,
who was telling you not to push me to go out in that last lap? Because I've got words for them.
Definitely Anne. Anne was the main one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Anne. I don't have words for her.
She gave me a look, and I'm like, yeah. Also, like, what's your strategy with Anne? Because I also warned you this time, too. Like, don't stay with the same person the whole time. Sorry, that's what I said last year. What's your plan?
It worked out
Anne?
so well for me that
What's
we're
the
going to
Anne
do it
plan?
again. Anne and I, we're going for...
Well, she's going for like 65, isn't she?
I'm going to text her. I need to follow up on that plan.
Yeah. I think she's an awesome resource. Love her. She's super cool.
I
but
think
like,
she's
don't chain yourself to someone.
I'm not chaining myself to anybody, but she's definitely the reason why I got 40 miles.
Agreed. And that's why I think it's ridiculous that
100%.
like we're in New Jersey like 3 times. We're like, hey. I mean, she does travel a lot, and we're usually back on holidays, which makes it tough. But I need her dog to meet. I need our dog to meet her and her dog.
Also, what are the odds that Lucy and Anne have the same birthday?
Wild. So very cool. Yeah. Love that. Love that. All right. Well, welcome back. Thank you for listening. For related episodes, I'm going to list the same episodes as last year, plus an additional one. So episode 222.
Matt comes in on tactical games, Hyrox, Power Belly, and more.
Episode 266.
Cole Schwartz on Hyrox, Hawaii, and more.
280.
Chris Roglowski on
the recent
Hyrox
graduate.
World Championships and Spartan Big Bear.
379.
Deca Mile
Oh,
Live.
those are in the wrong order.
Deca Mile live coverage at Underdog Fitness.
425.
The first Deca Atlas with Underdog Fitness.
435.
Joe Rucco on hybrid racing, winning Toughest Mudder Atlanta, and more.
442.
We don't have to name these.
So this was very, very similar. Katelyn's pre-World Toughest Mudder thoughts. This was from last year.
Episode 452.
World's Toughest Mudder, Rally in the Valley, Underdog Fitness with AJ Golick.
Oh, he's another gem of a human.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Episode 477.
Becoming a para-athlete, setting Guinness World Records, Hyrox, and more with Anthony Bryan.
And episode 488.
Deca Strong and Mile at Underdog Fitness 2026. Also, I should probably add last week's episode, which was 492, Hyrox New York City with 2026, because that means I have plans to come back, which is also something I should have brought up too. I'm definitely looking forward to covering more of these, I hope, with vendors and athletes. So go back and listen to those if you want to. Katelyn moved her phone very close to my headset, so that happened. And she almost dropped her phone again. But I think I'll edit out the first time that she dropped it. Okay.
Subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts. We are Obstacle Running Adventures and all the podcast players.
Yeah, you can leave a review on Spotify. We got those comments too. I don't think we got any. I recently went through the email.
You can follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and Facebook at Obstacle Running Adventures.
Yeah, mostly Instagram. Always shoot us a message too. I will be the one to answer that.
Sometimes I answer.
Yeah. Sometimes. You can also support us on Patreon for as little as $2, as many as $10. Please join on the website and not the app, since Apple will charge you additional fees. We will be using that money to travel to the UK for World Toughest Mudder for the best World Toughest Mudder coverage in podcast form.
Yeah.
Coming up, which, like, no shade to UK OCR. I have 2 episodes queued up to listen to in a little bit.
Oh, he interviewed me last year.
He did. You should.
And
there's a lot of content to listen to from World Toughest Mudder.
What's crazy? I'm on the European Tough Mudder page multiple times.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. All World Toughest Mudder content will be great. Just we'll have the most of it. Again, coming up next, still planning a pre-World Toughest Mudder episode. Also awaiting a book. I know our mail was on hold. Did we get a book? You got that?
We didn't get our mail today, so I don't know.
Yeah, but don't you get like informed delivery or whatever?
Not if it's a package, because it doesn't go through the scanny.
So maybe we got that book. We'll have to figure it out. Because wait, there's only one more weekend? We have one free weekend and then World Toughest Mudder weekend?
Yep.
Holy crap. Okay. So I won't have time to do both of those. Hopefully it'll be the World Toughest Mudder related episode then. Kaylee, got a joke or a quote?
My joke is, what kind of sharks do construction?
Sharks. Hammerhead sharks.
Good job.
Yeah.
And then my quote is from Rachel Marie Martin. Life isn't either or, it's both. It's breathtaking joy and the weight of heartbreak. It's shouting with excitement and whispering, I can't do this. It's laughing at 2 a.m. and crying in the car. It's the good, it's the bad, it's the in-between, and through it all, it's the ups, the downs. It's still yours, a gift.
Nice. Perfect timing, because my battery is almost dead on my computer, and I still have to do my 2 miles and edit and all sorts of stuff. My name is Michael Stefano.
And my name is Caitlin Ritter.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your favorite podcast platforms
so you don't miss our future episodes.
We would greatly appreciate it if you write a review.
Reach out with feedback on social media.
But most importantly, share the show
with a friend or family member.
Our intro song was Streaker by Straight Up.
And our outro music is I'm Paul by The Best.
Matt Kempson on Tactical Games, Hyrox, Power Belly.